Okay, so now we're going to create our first EdPuzzle video. And there's two ways to get there to start. So right now, I'm at the top, I'm in my classes view. You can go to my content view and you can click create, and you can create a new video using existing content from the internet and the sources through EdPuzzle. Or you can upload a new video, maybe something you've created yourself on your computer. You can also create folders here and organize your videos by folder, because in this what it will do is just show all of your videos, the newest ones you've created first. So if you want to organize them into folders, you can do that. I'm not going to do that right now. The other place that you can create a video from is if you just start with search. And this allows you to search existing videos from a multitude of sources. So EdPuzzle, these are EdPuzzle videos that other teachers have created or other EdPuzzle users have created. As you can see, you can also pull videos from YouTube, Khan Academy, the National Geographic, TED Talks, many different sources, even Crash Course, which I know a lot of teachers like to use. So I'm going to go to YouTube for now. I also wanted to just show you that, for instance, I can search for a video. Let's say I wanted to do a video on how to use EdPuzzle. There are tons of videos on here. If I want to just preview the video, all I need to do is just click on it and I can play it and preview it. If I want to use it, I can click use it, and then that'll be a video that I can start to use. Copy ends up doing the same thing. So the other thing that you can do is, if you already know, like if I, excuse me, didn't want to do that, but if I already had a video that I knew I wanted to use, I can actually just go up and also just copy the URL of that video. And if I come back to EdPuzzle, I can just paste it in this box, and that will bring the video up for me to use. Okay, I'm actually going to go back because I don't want to use that video. I'm going to say I'm going to use this video. So I see that this is actually a 9-minute video, so I'm probably not going to use the whole thing, but I'm going to start with this. So I'm going to say use it. EdPuzzle really is designed to pull existing videos from the internet. It's kind of, their theory is that teachers don't need to reinvent the wheel, but I know that oftentimes, particularly in certain subjects like math or maybe even science, you have specific things that you want to do, so it's fine to create your own videos and upload them as well. So here's this video. The very first thing that I would want to do is crop out the video if there's any parts that I don't want. So what I would do is just move to the section of the video I want. I can play it and preview it here if I want to, but I'm just going to go ahead and crop some of it. And then if I want to crop it, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and hit save. And that's going to crop the video to that section. As you can see, my internet's a little slow right here, so I'm spinning a bit, but I'm just going to keep moving on so that you can kind of see each section. In audio track, it says, why record an audio track? Explain the video with your own teaching approach and in your own language. So if you find like a great video that you want to use, but you don't really like the way the teacher's explaining the concept, you can record over the entire video. Now, there's a couple things that you should know. First of all, you can only use one video in a lesson. So you can't take parts of one video and parts of another and combine them into one single EdPuzzle video. So, which is actually not a bad thing, because studies show that it's better for students to have shorter videos and assign multiple videos for homework than it is to give them one big long video. So to give it to them in chunks. So I can take part of a video, and if I want to hit record, what that's going to do is it's going to start playing the video, and it's going to be recording my own audio over this. Now I'm going to hit stop, and I can either reset the whole recording or I can remove the last recording. I'm just going to say reset. It basically gets rid of the recording anyway. It's pretty much the same thing. You cannot have just part of your voice over the video and then part of the original audio. It's kind of all or nothing. So you're either going with the original audio or you're substituting it for your own voice overlay. But it is a nice option for teachers because you can really personalize an existing video this way. The other thing that you can do is move on to the next step, and that's to add audio notes throughout your video. If I want to add an audio note, what I'm going to do, there's actually, anytime you want to click on something and you don't know how to do it, you can watch the Show Me How video, and it'll bring this tutorial up on the screen and show you how to do it. I'm just going to say got it. So when I want to add an audio note, I just move the cursor to the place where I want to add the audio note. So let's say right here, I want to pause the video and add my own comment. That's what will happen when I add an audio note. So I'm going to click on this, and it's recording my audio note right now. And when I hit stop, I have the option of removing it, or just removing all of the notes that I've created, or just the last note. It's the only note I have so far, so I'm going to keep it. So what I'm going to do is just go up and hit save. And it says, oh, the leprechauns are working and adding your audio. I can have as many audio notes as I want. When you add an audio note, what it does is it pauses the video, and it only plays your voice recording during that time, and then once your voice recording is finished playing, it'll start resuming the video for the student. The other thing that you can do throughout your video, along with audio notes, is to add quizzes. So this is where it becomes kind of fun to make this a little bit more interactive. And here's my quiz icon. So if, let's say I want to go back here and add a little question, what I would do is click on the question. And the question can be an open-ended question, like here, where the student just has a text box to add a short answer. It can be a multiple choice question, like you can turn it into a true false if you want to, and you can add as many choices as you want. Or it can just be a comment where you type in a comment and it's really not a question for the student, but just almost like a text note for you that you're adding in. So I'm just going to add an actual multiple choice question, and I'm going to say, is EdPuzzle useful, useful for flipped classrooms? This is my question. The first answer is just going to be yes. The second one is no. And then you determine what's the correct answer by checking either the X. So if this was the correct answer, I would check the green. But of course, EdPuzzle is good for the flipped classroom, so I'm going to click this being the correct answer. And then I'll just hit, and I can add an answer if I want, and I can just hit save. So now when the students get to this point in the video, it's actually going to pop up the question, and they are not going to be able to move forward until they've answered the question, and then they can hit continue, and it will continue to play. And I can add as many questions as I want. So if I add another question, let's say I move my cursor now, and I want to add a question here, I'm just going to pause that. I can add as many questions as I want. Will you use EdPuzzle in the future? Okay, so I'm going to hit save. Now you see that I have 2 questions and an audio note in this. I can add as many as I want, and I can continue to save. What this will do is if I hit save, is it will just it will put it into my content, so I can go back and edit it if you start to work on it and you don't have time to finish. If you are finished with the video, I'm going to click finish, and it says you can assign it to an existing class. So I'm going to assign this to my EdPuzzle 101 class, and I can say, do you want to prevent students from skipping through the video? That means can they fast forward or skip through questions? If you want to allow them to do that, you would uncheck this box. If you want them to be forced to actually answer the questions and listen to all the audio notes as they go along, I would click prevent skipping. You can also add your due date at this time and put a due date on it for the students as well. I'll say that it's due on Friday, and I'm going to say it's due at 3 p.m. Oops. Okay, so 3 p.m. and I'm going to send it, and now that is going to be now assigned when I go to EdPuzzle 101. the EdPuzzle or how to use EdPuzzle video that I just created that's due January 28th shows up right here. And that's how you create your first video.